The other thing was music. Listening to music of some kinds is haram. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I'll tell you one thing, and after that you will realize what music is. And I'm telling you, and you know, I recently actually learned this hadith. I did not know this hadith. When I was a kid, my little brother, he said there was a guy passing by our street and our neighbor had huge, loud Bollywood music. You know, Chaiya Chaiya or something was played. I have memorized those songs, man, because all of our streets used to play those songs. This song, Chaiya Chaiya, one sheikh said, anyone who believes in the words of this song is a kafir. And you know what people said? Oh, Maulvi is pagal, the sheikh is pagal. Wallahi, no, we are pagal, we are crazy. Because you know what the words of this song are? It says, I wish I found you like an ayah of the Quran. A'udhu billah. You are my kalima, you are my naghma, you are my song, you are my kalima. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Haza kufrun mubah. Sahih wallah? Isn't it kufr? That you are an ayah for me? You're my kalima. So the sheikhs who were saying that if you listen to it and you believe in these words, you're kafir. If you listen to it and you don't believe, you're not kafir. Imagine our children. Can you make that distinction? Hey kiddo, listen to it but don't believe in it. Can you do that? So my brother said there was a boy, young boy, passing by our street, and he literally did this to his ears. I still remember that. I physically did not see him, but it left a print on me. Until now, only 2 years ago, I found an authentic hadith, wallahi, authentic hadith in Sunan Abi Dawood. Where is it? Sunan Abi Dawood, authentic. You know our 6 famous collections. Ummah agrees. Prophet ﷺ passed by a place where a man was playing flute. You know flute? Desi people call it bansri. Bansri. He literally, when he heard the sound, he covered his ears. So that boy who was passing by our street had clogged his ears, actually followed the sunnah of Prophet ﷺ. This is how deadly music is. And believe it or not, there are studies done on certain musics, that you can use certain types of music and make people violent. You can use certain types of music and do therapies on people. You see what I'm saying? So most of the kinds of music are actually bad. Most of the kinds. There are only few where scholars have given exceptions, like these Islamic groups who prepare these Nasheed, like Sami Yusuf, you all know him, right? Or Maher Zain. These people use music only as a tool to support the good cause. This is where some scholars show leniency. But no, and the other leniency is on Eidain. At home there's a, Eid party or something going on. Not mixed dances, okay, you come and, wives come, everybody dances. Not those. Separately in a decent way, the music is allowed on Eidain and on weddings. 3 things, okay? Originally, weddings and Eidain. 2. Third was, now they say, okay, for some Islamic cause, good cause. For a social work or social experiment, it's okay. This is the only thing where you have some leeway, some leverage. Otherwise, you don't have. You understand that? Imagine you're listening to this while you're fasting. Is it good or bad? Listening to music while you're fasting. You take my advice, don't listen to any type of music at all times, but except those 3 occasions, right? I gave you 3 examples, weddings and Eidain. But let's say there's an Islamic Nasheed or something, that happens, okay. But during Ramadan, avoid it. During Ramadan, avoid it. There's no room for hip-hop and heavy metal in Islam. I'm sorry. There's no room for that. There's no room for enigma. I know these, I've studied these things, okay? These things are deadly. They're satanic. Some of these musics are satanic productions. Do you have any idea? Have you realized, look at last 10 years, how many musicians have killed themselves, committed suicide? These people don't have a peaceful life. Do you think they will give you peace? Those who could not find peace for themselves, you're looking for peace and comfort through those things? Think about it, right? All the big musicians, starting from Michael Jackson and Prince and all those guys, what's their life? Their life is horrible. They have a horrible life. You know Elvis Presley, they call him the god of music. A'udhu billah, astaghfirullah, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. That's what they call him. Elvis Presley, an American friend of mine, American colleague told me, his father saw him, his father, of course, because Elvis Presley was before our birth, famous or something, saw him fallen in an elevator, drunk, eating his own poop in that elevator. And they call him the god of music. This is not the life. Please don't seek any peace and comfort through this. This is not going to give you any goodness. The only goodness you may find is where scholars have allowed this only as a tool. You know, like some of the mystics and these groups, you know, they use this as a tool, not as a primary thing, inshallah. Okay? In Ramadan, avoid all this. These are lahwiyat. Be careful. This has effects on our souls and our bodies. Believe it or not, this has effect. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.